Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. We've got this old work van here and I haven't had it running for probably about 8 months to a year. When I tried to start it, just wouldn't start. I spoke to a mechanic and he says check the keys. So the thing is, I'm going to have to check the keys, make sure it's not the keys. It'd be pretty embarrassing if I take it into a mechanic and he says, oh, it's the key. So we're going to go over the keys. Now first of all, I've got a good battery in there, but I've tried cranking it a few times. It might be too low, so I've put it on life support here. I've got it turned on. I've got power going to it. We do have another one of these, and that one wouldn't start either after 6 months of sitting. So what I did there is I plugged in just a simple OBD $50 tool and push reset, and it was able to work. So for here, I also wanted to check, because I'm not terribly familiar with these Citroens. I removed the transponder chip from it, turned it on, see if I got an error light of a key. I didn't. So normally these type of cars, they have a non-volatile memory, so it means that the keys don't get lost. But this one's been sitting for so long, I really wonder if it's lost its keys. I know they can lose their remotes. This is a Citroen Berlingo 2009 Mark II, but you know, I wouldn't expect it to lose its key, but I've got to go over the procedure anyway. Now when I bought this car, I didn't actually get the security code. Now that's a big issue. Normally you've got to remove the ECU, which is located at the front of the car. Then you've got to, you know, read that chip, dump it down to a program, and then be able to get the login. So we're going to try the Lonsdor. I'm going to try the Lonsdor here. I had a quick crack at it just before, but I believe the battery voltage was just too low, so I'm going to try it again. OBD port located down there. Okay, so let's see if I can show you what's happening here. Okay, so I'm going to go back, and something very interesting I noticed here, which I didn't expect this Lonsdor tool to be able to do. So go Citroen, read pin code. Now I've never known it to read pin code. I read all the instructions on the AD, you know, the advanced diagnostics ones, and it says, you know, you got to do it through them, and I didn't have the password, so I thought, okay, I could do it through Code Wizard 2, but then I've got to get a dump, like I've got to read the chip off the ECM. So read pin code. I've tried 1, 2, and 3. 1 sent me around in circles, turn on and off the ignition 100 times. 2 was a fail, 3 was a fail, but 4 was very interesting. The wipers might go off, lights might illuminate. This is normal. To stop brush wiping, check help and pull out the corresponding fuse. We don't worry about that. Reading data, please wait. Now what was interesting about it is it looked like it actually did come up with the code. Mains cable is not plugged in. Oh, it's there. Let's try that again, because car battery is too low. Let's put the key in and try. Okay. Okay, so it's found the VIN number, PSA number, supplement number, software version. There you go, the wipers. JCVB. So we've got to remember that, JCVB. Okay, so now we've got the pin code. Let's go from type, mobilizer. Now we read it as a type 4, so let's try type 4, immobilizer. This function will delete all keys, so you need all keys to be programmed. Okay. The pin code is wrong. Program will be disabled. Okay. Okay. Communication failure. Read key count. Failure. So it's not a type 4, but we were able to pull the pin on a type 4. Type 2. Switch ignition on. We've got ignition on. Failure. Not a type 2. Type 3. Ignition on. Failure. failure. Type 1. Switch ignition on. Okay, it's found that. Look at that. It's put the pin number in for us. Make sure this is correct. Well, if it read it correctly, it should be correctly. Verifying pin code, communication. Please finish the following operations within 15 seconds. Switch ignition. Switch off and on the ignition to continue. Switch off and on the ignition to continue. 1, 2. Okay. Fingers crossed here. So basically these keys should be programmed in. They should be a non-volatile memory, but we've got to do this anyway before we take it to the mechanic, because if he comes back with, oh, the reason your car's not working is because it's the key, it's going to be a little bit embarrassing. Sorry about the glare on that. That's better. Come on. Come on, Lonsdor, don't let me down. You did very well by reading the pin code. Saved me a whole heap of hassle. Either that, I'd have to go to the dealer, pay money, show papers, all those sorts of problems. Communication failure. Now we know the battery's good. System selection error, mains cable, all them are good. Battery power is too low, that's not true. Okay, alright, let's try this again. Must be the pin code. It's not reading the pin code, or giving us the wrong pin code. Switch ignition on. Okay. Okay. Yes, it's correct. Please finish the following procedure in 15 switches. Switch off and on ignition and push OK. Off and on. Push OK. Programming complete. Program next key. OK. Please finish the switch off and on the ignition. Switch ignition off. Replace key to new key. Where's my new key? Here's my other key. Okay, so switch off. Replace, switch on, push OK. Did we do it in 15 seconds? Obviously that was a fault, but it actually read the pin code. I'm pretty chuffed about that, because I didn't have to pull out the BCM, didn't have to convert it, didn't have to read a chip, possible, you know, corrupting it and all the rest. I think we got a fail here. I think we got a fail on this one. Lights are on, nobody's home. Obviously I'm not doing it quick enough. Come on. Come on, don't take all day. Come on, Lonsdor. Come on. Come on, baby. Hurry up. Ah, okay, failure. Okay. Program key. Switch ignition on. Ignition's on. Communicating. Yes. Code. Code is correct, yes. Verifying pin code. Okay, switch ignition off and on. Okay, did that in like 2 seconds. Program next key. Okay, out, in. Okay, it's got to be 15 seconds. Okay, so we got 2 keys in there. Cancel. Steps to reprogram remote control. Switch ignition. We don't have remote controls. Switch ignition off and remove key. We don't have remote controls, so we got none of that. This is a Citroen Berlingo. Now I don't have anything to check if these keys are programmed. Now this car might or might not start. The reason it might not start is because it's been sitting for a year. We could have a bad filter. The petrol pump might also be blocked from the petrol evaporating, and all the remnants blocking up the pipes and the pump. So there's a good chance this car's got a blocked filter or a bad fuel pump. I did try it before reprogramming the keys, and yeah, we were getting no fuel out of the line. So there's a good chance that might be another problem as well. But for this experiment, I've just basically reprogrammed in the keys for this car, and as you see, it did amazing to actually pull the pin all via OBD. I'm really impressed with that. So it'll be another car now we add to our arsenal without having to go to town on. So now it's the big test. Come on, start. Oh my god, it actually kicked over. It actually kicked over. I was trying this for a week, and the bloke said to me, oh, it's, you know, this, have you checked the key? And I said, no, I'm a locksmith, I know, it's not the key. But it actually just fired. It actually just fired. It hasn't done that over the 2 or 3 times I've been trying to get this stupid car running. It never did that. So what I've taken from this is, it is a key problem. A non-volatile memory, well, yeah, it should have one, but if it's been sitting for a long time, obviously the drain and the power on the circuit has maybe drained the little battery where it stores it or something. And yeah, I can't believe it just kicked. I think we're going to get this started. Look at that, it's going to fire. Actually, well, it fired at least, so I'm going to leave it on like that, let the fuel pump prime up, and then I'm going to let out some air on the main rail. I might as well just do that now, see if I can get it going. Moving around. Can't believe it was a key problem. Ugh. Tried so many things with this, so I'm just bleeding the rail here. Also, these vehicles have a bit of a problem with the gear shifter. If you can see down there, there's a rod, 1 and 2, these two. One of them pops off sometimes, so you can actually just pop it back on. So if you're stuck on the side of the road, is that pressure? Oh, heaps of petrol. So obviously the immobiliser is working with the fuel pump. Fuel pump's not going to turn on unless the immobiliser is correct. And I guess you can go there and there's like a little nipple in there, you push it in, and if petrol splurts out, then you got pressure. And before I was pushing it in, I wasn't getting anything. I was cranking. So obviously if you come up to a car that's been sitting a long time and you check that and you're getting no fuel out of there, it's possibly the immobiliser, because the immobiliser's hooked onto the fuel pump. We've got pressure in there now. Okay, fingers crossed. Almost. Also, this car has a bad CO2 sensor as well, so it's hard to start, especially when it hasn't been started in a long time. I'll give it another minute to prime up. That's going to start anyway. It's kicked over, best I've had it in a long time. So that was programming with the Lonsdor. I must say I'm impressed with it today. That's one car I didn't think it would be able to do straight off the bat, and it did. This is a Citroen Berlingo Mark II 2009 1.6 petrol, not a diesel, and yeah, did pretty well. Okay, and these are the keys, ID 46 keys, and this one doesn't have remotes. With this particular car, this is not a remote car. So yeah, I'm going to put some fresh petrol into it, charge the battery up, and it's actually kicked over, and I got my fuel pressure back, so I'm really happy today. Thanks for watching.